Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome to the Winding Down Late Night Conversation with Pavani J and King Jacob. Tonight, you guys, we have a great show coming up, and we have a national recording artist. And I said national recording artist, RICCO C. And I would like to let you guys know that LA Keys is out tonight. You guys keep her in her prayers. She's pretty sick. But we'll do this like we do this here on Winding Down. I'm Pavani J. I'm the CEO and founder of Exquisite PR Firm and the host of Exquisite Conversation and also Late Night Conversation, Winding Down. And to the left of me, I have.
This is Jacob Anderson, King Jacob, Canard Music and Media LLC, the 901 Sports Show, and the Winding Down podcast, along with Exquisite Conversations. So I try to tackle everything, and we have a treat for you tonight, a star-studded conversation tonight with the great man himself, and I'll let him introduce himself.
I'm Rico C. out of Greenwood, South Carolina. Um, Again, I've been, I guess, doing the music for a while. Uh, just trying to make my name and just do good music.
Okay. Well,
All right. Okay.
I heard Juke Joint. Tell me a little bit about it.
You Jump was written I just want to do like a um down south just song. So after I wrote the song or whatnot, I submitted it to Mr. Theodis Ely, one of my good friends, and after he listened to it, he called me back and said, "I think you got a good track there." So me and him collaborated on the track, and that's how Juke Joint was started.
Okay. And you got several hits, like several. What's the next hottest thing you got out?
Oh man, I got a couple tracks that I think are good tracks, but it's up to the people. I wrote another track. It's called "In My Bedroom." I wrote another track. It's called "Country Swing." I got another track. It's called "Hold It On You." Um, it's a couple tracks that I feel that's good music. I just wrote a new track called "Special Lady." Um, Another song called "James Did It." Trail Rider Shuffle. The Country School. Um, I don't know. I just leave it up to the people, as far as how they feel about the music.
Okay. So how long have you been involved in music? How long have you been singing?
Mm,
Writing.
it's I'll say since I've been in high school or whatnot, junior high school, and it's just kind of cultivated from there. You kind of learn just bits and pieces here and there from people that's kind of sharing the knowledge, when it comes down to the music business. At first you was just kind of doing music, what I'm saying, not understanding the whole gamut when it comes down to the music game. And again, there wasn't a lot of people to show the inside networking of the business when it comes down to music. So just kind of learned it, as I went along.
hmm hmm So you didn't start in the church like a lot of people.
Oh, Lord forgive me. Yes.
I was gonna
Lord
say.
forgive me. Yes. Oh yeah. Started in church. That's a I guess grassroots for a lot of people that do music. I started in church, definitely in the church.
Okay. All righty.
How can we forget that?
I can't. Lord knows. Forgive me.
So Reed, man, let's rewind it back a little bit, man, and let's talk about when you and your parents knew that you had that gift. As the old folks said, that boy knowing it. You hear that baby's voice? That boy knowing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when your mom and you know other people in your family first heard you sing, or they first just listened really closely, and they noticed that you had a gift. What age was that?
I guess that's around my, I guess, high school days. Maybe junior high, but because I guess my mom,
Hmm.
she never really pushed it. You know what I mean? Because same thing for my little girl. I say that, you can hear that they have a talent, but you don't really try to push it on them. You just let it kind of evolve, and whatever happens, as far as the gift, just let God direct that, and it'll take its own path. So my mom really never really pushed it like, oh, you're gonna get out here, you're gonna do this. A lot of people, some they see kids and they got musical talents, that never was really pushed on me. I was always able to
Hmm.
enjoy myself as just being a kid, and never really had a pressure, or never feeling that I needed to perform, or meet an expectation when it comes down to the music. It all just came in stair steps. I never had anybody really just push it. You know what I mean? And I said that that's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Because if you look at some kids, I look at some kids I just see just on social media at the age of 10 years old, and their parents are really pushing them to excel when it comes down to that gift. And again, that's all about knowing the music business. You know what I mean? My parents never knew anything about the music business. This just we sing, we go to church, we get around friends, we sing, and that's it. You know what I mean? But there's a whole
Hmm.
different ball game when it comes down to the music business, and people really knowing. You know what I mean? I can say for myself now, um, when I feel like my daughter is ready to move along into that, I have a lot of backgrounds that I've learned over the years that I could actually point her in the right direction. Now, I didn't back then. There wasn't a lot of people in my area that could actually show me that.
Okay then. Okay, so they understood what the gift was during high school, and so what was the first time you really sung publicly? Like did a show? Like
Um,
what was your first show where you had the where you had these females going like, oh my, can he sing to me like that all the time? Like what's going on? You know, cause when you can
I
sing, play an instrument, or you know, they love it.
high school. It was in high school. We did a talent show. In high school, I did a talent
Hmm.
show back with some guys, and we called ourselves PH5. So we had five guys in the group, and it was really like trying to mimic what the boys and men were doing, just straight acapella, being able to harmonize and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So how did the show go for you? Was it a the type of show afterwards the next day or after the show, everybody was coming up to you, students and teachers?
It was a confidence builder when it came down to understanding what I guess I possess when it come down to the musical aspect. As far as my vocals or whatnot, I was able to understand, like, you not just an ordinary old um somebody that's pulling up singing. You have a gift. You know what I mean? So at that point in life, I kind of understood that I had something special because you know to be able to sing stuff with like a lot of people they had to put a lot of effort into doing that. You know what I mean? And some people have to be trained to sing. To sing and be able to hit certain notes and to be able to just like okay, me just like a baseball player. Everybody can't get up and throw a 90 mile an hour fastball. You know what I mean? Consistently.
Mhm.
So I say for myself, I can get up and sing stuff that people that will have to work extra hard. Um, it's kind of effortlessly to me. That's when like you got something special when it comes down to a gift because other people have to work very hard to be able to do this. And not saying I'm the only one in the world, that can do this, but it's very few far in between that can do some of the things that I do.
Right,
Absolutely.
and I'll say this right here. Um, a lot of people see. I know you. They don't, and I know you exercise your voice. You know what I mean? A lot of people in the background think they have a gift, but they still think that they don't have to work hard with the gift. You know what I mean? So you work out their gift, and now that we want to talk about, was you playing instruments when I first met you, or you wasn't?
No, 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 no. It
And
was
so now you play
just wasn't singing.
the
I'm just kind of,
now you play the
and I
keyboard
say
and the guitar, right?
just the keyboard, and again, just that's another part of the music aspect that I kind of learned, and it was just something it just came to me. And again, like not saying I'm nowhere close to where I want to be, but I'm able to play the piano to the point where I can make a song up. You know what I mean? Come up with some idea. You know what I mean? And I got other musicians that I have
Mm.
around me that I can pass that music along. Uh, say with the juke joint, I was able to create that track from scratch and write the music, backgrounds, and all that good stuff, and get it to the point where I know lyrically and from a song structure um, how I wanted to go. But I was able to create on the keyboard and then pass it along to a musician. So at any given point, I'm not really focusing on executing on the piano, but you know what I mean, because I know that's not my strong suit, but I still can make enough uh chord progressions or whatever you want to call it to be able to write music.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds to me like you're really
Okay.
inclined. So when you figured out or when you found out that you were like really like a national recording artist, tell me how you felt.
I mean, for me, it's a great feeling to see that people are nationally recognizing the music. But to me, I'm just an ordinary old guy. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm no better than anybody else or whatever, whatever. You know, I just thank God again that you are able to have the recognition. You know what I mean? When it comes down to the music and what was given to me as far as the gift standpoint. So being recognized is a great thing. But I don't never set myself aside from anybody to feel like I'm no better when it comes down to the music. You know what I mean? To me, I feel like I st- I have accomplished some stuff, but I'm still striving to do more when it comes down to that. When you say national recorded artist, um, I'm looking to um, continue the legacy of what I started. So it it doesn't, not say it doesn't mean anything to me, but it does. But I'm just like, okay, I did this part, and that's fine and dandy. So I don't really like, I'm a national recording artist. Some people they use that part and they kind of toot their horn, and they won't even let up when it
We have
comes down.
haters.
So I just I'm just happy, man. It's just some stuff that you kind of started working on and you see it starting to grow, and I take that, humbly accept, the recognition. That's just me.
Absolutely, absolutely. I totally understand what you mean about remaining humble, and you don't even feel any different. You just feel like yourself, and everyone else is like, oh, but you're just kind of like, hey, I'm still normal. I still eat,
Hmm.
wake up, go to sleep, feed my kids, just like everyone else. So I definitely get what you mean. So, with you playing instruments, do you read music?
Mm-mm.
You don't read music? That was one of the hardest things for me to even figure out what an eighth note was. Like that was one of the hardest things for me. I started playing the piano at 6 years old. Um, so I was just wondering, did you read music? But the thing is that for you to have the music that you have, which is totally my style of music, and you would consider it R&B.
Do I consider R&B?
Do you consider your music being R&B?
Yeah, because I guess for me, the music I write, it can cross over in any genre. I mean, when I say, okay, if it's, blues or soul music or R&B, you know, again, to me, like the way things are being separated in the genres of music, it all has a grassroots. When it comes down to the R&B or the blues, you know what I'm saying? So rhythm and blues, the R&B, that's the grassroots to me of all music. Because if you want to say, oh, his music is kind of bluer, and it's still kind of R&B, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Or your music is um a soul music, it's still to me like R&B, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
at any point, everything that I do, it's created that it could potentially cross over to any market, even like, I got some stuff that could, excuse me, oh, that could potentially be country, it could be country music. So um but the R&B, I got some tracks that I know is just like really solid R&B music. So
Okay. All right. Well, we
Okay,
see that we
okay.
have a good friend here.
So now,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so when you okay, so when you go over the music business and learning understanding the BMI, the ASCAP, the CSAC, the music publishing, the digital radio tracker, and now you've been able to chart, and your music has been out there across various states. So with your music being out there across various states, you know, how did that make you feel, and how was it different from the R&B side to the Southern soul side?
I guess when you're working independently, it's kind of the same deal because um from an independent standpoint, it's not as it's not as it's not really broadcast, from a really really broad big perspective. So like, when I say that part, independent, it takes a while for your music to get out. It may take me 5 or 6 albums before somebody really recognized me independently as really like doing great music. It may take, you know, another person that has the right um the right company behind them pushing their music, one song to make them, what it took me 10 years to get, you know what I'm saying? So like from an independent standpoint, that's the only difference that I see when it comes down to what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with taking that road because when it comes down to me being independent, when the crops come in, they are my crops. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have to divvy those out to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? The record label, anybody that's on your team, promotional team. A lot of artists they don't really see the residuals from that labor because of so many hands in the pot when it comes down to that aspect of the music game. So um I definitely like where I am with the music, and I'm willing to wait for the growth because of what the benefit is when it finally comes to a blooming flower. So like for me, I say that too is like I see royalty checks that comes to me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't come directly to a record label. It don't come directly to somebody else that's kind of overseeing my well being when it comes down to an artist. So it, it it's been a long time coming, but like again, it ain't like it's millions of dollars, but I know that the stuff that I'm doing when it comes down to paperwork is definitely working when I can see like checks coming to me. So I definitely like what I'm doing from an independent standpoint.
Okay, wow.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
So have you how many concerts have you done thus far?
Concerts.
Yes.
Ooh.
I,
Ooh.
Too many
I
to
don't
count?
know, huh?
Man.
Too many to count?
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, just say if I just try to step back and look at like my overall time spent performing doing concerts, I really don't have a number for you.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
I don't I don't really have a number, and I opened up shows for some of the best, the Brian Knights, the David Hollister, Lenny Williams, Deotis, Calvin Richardson, Tuckers. Um, I did a party for LeBron James back in the day. Um, I did some stuff for the American Idol. Uh, I mean, I would have to just go and just like dig through my Rolodex as far as stuff that I've
It's a lot.
accomplished um, over the years. So it's been a lot, and again, it's I can't even I I can say over just this past even in the pandemic, I'm 15 or 20, 30, 15 or 20 shows
Wow.
this year, and then and I did some pretty large shows and crowds and whatnot. Even with my band, I have my own band. We just did a show in Perry, Georgia for this is like the World Fair. It's the national fair in Perry, Georgia. So this is a 200,000 plus people event. So the guy came up to me and he was like, I want to make sure that you know that we're going to book you for the following year. The CEO of the fair says that it's been a long time since they've seen somebody perform in this magnitude to keep people engaged in their performances and have them up dancing and interjecting in what you're doing. So it's a good feeling when you say you're able to go out and perform for a crowd like that, so the number I don't even I can't even calculate. I would have to go back and just step through my my life as a being an artist to actually possibly figure that number out. But it's pretty large.
Okay. Okay. So, is there anything that you would, if you could go back to the beginning and do it all over again, like we all would do in our life, if we can go back and do it all over again with the knowledge that we have now, what would you do different?
I would most definitely like when you first start out, you understand your paperwork because that's a key element when it comes down to solidifying yourself financially, and not only that, solidifying yourself to where people recognize you when it comes down to the business aspect. Because a lot of people see me singing, but in order for them to really see that from a business standpoint, you got Joe over here that's showing he's a good singer, but he don't have anything else. But
Mm-hmm.
when you have documentation and you have a track record when it comes down to units sold, streams that you're able to, pull up, or record labels are able to pull up, all that stuff is really is a key factor. Um, when you say you're moving along in the music business, so the paperwork portion, I definitely would. That would be one of the first things that I would say that I wish that I could do differently. But outside of that, learning, and I say I don't know everything about the music business, but being able to understand how things are structured, from contracts that have been given to artists.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that part, I think, understand that paperwork portion is the first thing that I would consider, that I would have done differently.
Okay. And I
Mm.
noticed that a lot of people say that in every genre, not just the music industry, but in every artistic industry like acting, movies, film, everything, PR work, everyone says have your ducks in a row as far as your paperwork because that one slip up, that one wrong thing that's not there, it'll change the whole dynamics of what's going on. So I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you as far as paperwork with anything that you do, and make sure you read the dotted line.
Yes.
I agree.
Mhm.
So, Jacob, anything else?
All right. So yes, of course, of course. So let's talk about some of these awards that you've been nominated for, and some of the awards that you have received. Because I see that you have been to a lot of award
Hmm.
ceremonies, excuse me, and you have did your thing. You've been nominated. You won. And so, how many awards do you have now, bro? Like, I'm curious to know. Like when we going to the Grammys, limo and all. What's up?
Um, just here recently, 2020, I actually won even the award for having the best song in Southern Soul, with the Trail Ride Shuffle with Big Moochie, and that's, to me, that was a big accolade when you come down to, um, people and your peers in the music industry recognizing you for making good music. You got people that's on the high echelon in the Southern Soul. You got the Tuckers, the Cavalry's, the Sir Charles, the Pokey Bears, um, Adrian Bagger. I'm just calling out names. Just that's really solidified in this music business of Southern Soul to where you can say, like, my song or a song that I was a part of was nominated and actually won the song of the year. Out of all these people, that to me that's a
Yeah.
big accolade. When I can say 2021, I was a part of a song that beat everybody in the Southern Soul music. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I didn't think that it would actually be that huge, but the Trail Ride Shuffle is one of the largest songs right now that has been in Southern Soul music. Um, with the streams, the amount of views that it gained, and like if you go to TikTok and look at Trail Ride Shuffle, it's like 10 million or 14 million or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, views that it has, and it's got like, I'm not maybe wrong, but 11,000 videos. But under every video, there's multiple, you know, comments and stuff like that. So it just really took over TikTok, Facebook. Um, it's growing on YouTube. So to be a part of that accolade is great. Won another award in Meridian, Mississippi, in a Southern Soul genre music for a line dance. It's called the Get Up, with this guy out of Dallas, Texas. Myself, Big Moochie, and this guy named Highside. We did a track, and also Trail Ride Shuffle won Line Dance of the Year, also 2020. So it's I guess to see the accolades of the work that you're putting in when it comes down to the awards, it's a good feeling. But that's some of the bigger ones, and I've had some other recognitions when it comes down, to the music here lately. But I actually won. It's been a while back. Um, it was called a Greenwood Idol, which the Greenwood Idol pushed me up to um the American Idol. So I went to Las
Mm.
Vegas, stayed out there for about 2 weeks and competed in the American Idol. And I actually got to the point where I was about to go to Hollywood to do the Paul and Simon deal, but um my age actually stopped me from actually going on further to the big dance. Well, that's what I call it. But that was a great experience.
Yeah.
Um, but right now, just the awards that I got here in 2020, and yeah, 2020, 2021, I don't know. It's rounding out the year. I hadn't got any, but I got a lot of recognition. So a lot of people are calling about booking, stuff like that. So, you know, the Trail Ride Shuffle
Right, right,
has
right, right.
solidified itself last year.
Okay.
Right, right. So with that being said, we're gonna get into uh something that a lot of women want to know about cats that sing. A lot of women want to know what is your emotional presence or your emotional barriers when writing love ballads.
Mm. Good one.
Um, I don't know. It's I guess I guess for me, I just got like a great imagination when it comes down to that part. Some things I can step back and reflect on a situation that I've been in. Um, but when it comes down to the barriers, I don't, I don't, I don't think that I have any. You know what I mean? Because I could take something that you told me and make a story out of it, and like I just wrote a song.
Hmm.
Um, It was called James Did It. Uh, but I was listening to some older guys talk about situations of relationships and stuff that they've been in, and I can just take that and write it down and create music. You know what I'm saying? And again, I thank God again for the blessing
Mm-hmm.
to be able to come up with it. But like I don't see the part of having any barriers when it come down to the music aspect. Like I can hear the music aspect when it come down to writing music, creating stuff. Cause like, okay, just like for a love ballad, I can hear a love ballad, but I can also hear a rap song too. You know what I mean? I can, and I challenge myself like that. Like, can you really do a rap track? You know what I'm saying? So like right now, when I stepped out and did a rap track, I proved to myself that when it comes down to music, I don't have any like barriers. When it comes down to it, but the love tracks, I love those. You know what I'm saying? Because I could take if just say if Jacob, you was to tell me like something that you was going through or something that your homeboy had went through, I could take that and I can roll with it. You know what I'm saying? I can and I get a get a song. I'm in a track that I can feel, and I can take what you gave me and make music.
It just comes easy for you. It's just a gift.
Well, yeah, and sometimes it doesn't come easy, but it it it'll eventually come. Sometimes I have to listen to music like weeks and weeks and weeks, but it'll eventually I will eventually come up with something.
Hmm.
And I guess sometimes I'm really meticulous about you know stuff that I deliver when it comes down to saying things or in the track. I want to give people an experience that they can reflect. Like when I do music, you could literally close your eyes and visualize what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So like that's what when I'm writing music, I write music with most of the time with the lights off. You know what I mean? So I try to put myself in a situation, you know what I'm saying, of something that I've heard somebody say, something that
Mm-hmm.
I've even looked at on TV, you know what I mean? Just say for like a love ballad or something like that. I may just have seen some on TV that have that same similarity that I can take that and use that in my wording of a song or how I create, the music. I can use stuff that I've been through or things I heard people say when it comes down to that music. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's crazy how things come to me.
Right, I get where you're going with it. So, with you being a
Absolutely.
songwriter and you having a complex style of songwriting, right? So, um, how many songs have you wrote from a woman's point of view? Because I'm gonna say great songwriters. I'm gonna say great songwriters like a Kale, like a Neo, like a Dream. And far as the females, like a Blue Cantrell, like a Carrie Hilson. They can write from either the male or the female point of view. And so I think
Mhm.
for you to be able to write from both points of views, you know, that's a whole different type of love ballad when you can also write from the female point of view. So have you been able to do that?
Man, I got a song now. I'm trying to work through. That I wrote for I don't know who yet, but it's a female track. it's a female version. It's coming from a female perspective. So um, and I've written like song, like I got a song called "Turn It Up." I wrote the featured portion of that track for another, female. So I don't see,
Mm-hmm.
like, say, I don't see like any barriers when it come down to like writing from a female perspective versus a man perspective, because it's like I have
Uh,
like an out of like an out of body experience where I can just take myself and sit myself in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be in a man situation and whether it be in a female situation, I,
mm-hmm.
I can set myself in a situation and be able to, articulate or come up with music to where it can be female perspective or man perspective. And again, I could relate to things that I've heard or things I've seen
Right.
to help me. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good. Now we gonna also talk about that bread and butter. And I know that you got a couple of them in the archives. You maybe haven't released them yet, but I know you got some gospel tracks and some country tracks. So is the writing standpoint of view from you writing the gospel track, does it hit you a little different emotionally?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because again, you from a emotional standpoint in a gospel track, you are writing on emotion. You know what I mean? You're writing on a previous experience. And I don't say that again. You may be writing again on somebody else's experience, but the gospel, it has a whole different feel when it comes down to conveying what you're doing, what message that you're delivering. It has a whole different feel. Like I have a song that I'm working on for my mama when she was sick. You know what I mean? With COVID or whatnot. Um, but the way that the music just came to me, I still sit back and I say wow, but again I say I thank God again for allowing me to hear this music. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear it in my head, and I have to get with some people, or I have to get myself to like a keyboard to where I can start deriving that music I hear. You know what I mean? So yeah, it definitely has a different feel when it comes down to writing gospel music, writing country music. Um, it's everything has a different feel. You know what I mean? Because it's some music I can hear. Like I heard a track one time, and I immediately heard the hook. Like when I heard the song, so I started writing the song like maybe 10 o'clock that night, and I stayed in the studio the whole night. I couldn't just walk away from the track. Um, and like 6 o'clock that morning, I was done with it. You know what I'm saying? I had done the background, had sung the lead verse, I had did everything to the track, ins and outs of the track. You know what I'm saying? But I would, for me, like for a long night like that, I would have to go back and re-record my main vocals. Um, but most of the time, like when I hear music, it it's almost all but immediately that I hear something that I could use, or something that I've heard, whether it be gospel, country, R&B. You know what I'm saying? The rap is a little bit more challenging to me. Like I wrote a rap song from beginning to end. Um and I say I was able to do that because I've been recording rap artists for over 10 years. So I know how they deliver music. I know how they structure their thought process when they write music. So just over the course of the years, I've learned structure when it comes down to that aspect. You know what I mean? So it's a different feel for every situation when it comes down to music. You know what I mean? Because some music I would write and I had to put it down for a while and just come back to it. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on situation, the track that's being made, where I am, you know what I'm saying, at that point in my life. If I could physically, like, you hear like some artists, they'll start painting something, they have to put it down and they have to come back to it, you know what I'm saying, after however long, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I have music that I've wrote and I got like a binder with just so many pieces of music just written down that I didn't finish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the crazy part about it is like
Right.
stuff I had from late 90s that I wrote that I just wrote it and shut it up. I can go back to it now, and some of those pieces of paper when I pull it up, it's like pulling out a CD. I can actually sing the part that I wrote
Mm.
that long ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that to me. That's like that's a blessing to be able to. Because sometimes I can't remember what I did the day before. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like I can't pull it up. But like you give me that piece of
Yeah.
paper, some music I wrote from 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I can pull it out and I can sing the hook to that piece of music. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, man. It's
Right.
I don't know. I can't explain it.
Right. So we, man, we the time winding down, and so so you the man of the hour, and so man, I gotta ask you to do something for the ladies. I'm gonna have to ask you to do some acapella, bro, for sure. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me let
Yes,
me let me
sir.
let me get here to my piano right quick. Oh boy, Jake,
Okay.
you made
Yes, sir. You know what it is, man. How dare I
this
was
little
gonna have you on the
dog.
interview and you gonna do acapella?
This little dog around this camp. Okay, this song right here is a song that I wrote. It's called "Holding on You." This is a love ballad that I wrote. Um, and this is a real deal situation. So like I was coming, no, I was going into a nightclub, and this guy I knew. I was like, I was just kind of joking with him, and I said, man, how do you keep up with this lady right here? Yada yada. I said, she's like she giving you a run for your money. So he told me, he's like, well, you gotta grab him and hold it on him. You know what I'm saying? So I just took that, and from what he told me, you gotta take it and hold it on her. What he meant by that,
That's right.
you can kind of be like, oh well, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
I took that from
Yeah.
what he told me. That's all he gave me, and this is what I came up with. I let y'all hear it. Can we taste like that? Girl, when we first started, now the kiss is gone, now it's all alone. Now it's time to get our grown folks on. Lock the door, go away the key, baby girl. Tonight is just you and me. Tonight. I wanted to do something special. Let's take this bag like we burn. Tonight I'm gonna hold it on you and make you be still. Tonight I'm gonna give good love to you. Girl, show you that my love real. Girl, don't you know, yeah. I wanna take my time, cause tonight you're mine. I wanna put some all on your body and kneel along your hip. Whisper to you softly that Mr. Rogers slave is good, such a places that make you forget. Up and down, side to side, back and forth till you can't catch your breath. Baby, it's so and make you be still. Tonight I'm gonna give good love to you, girl. Show you that my love real. I'm taking it back now, Jake. If you don't know me by now, you will never know me. Ooh, if you don't know me by now, you will never know me. That just came to me.
I'm buying it.
Yeah,
Drop
so
the
that's
mic.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
Yo, we
You
definitely
sound
appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Much
buying
love.
Yeah,
Where's
bro.
the CD
Salute,
at?
man. Salute, as always.
Where is the CD? What platform? Tell them how they can get in touch with you. And yeah, I'll have that purchased by 10:02.
I'm on all digital platforms. My latest album is called RICCO C. Resurface. You can get that on all platforms. I have an earlier album that I did in 2007. It's called RICCO, but it's RICKO instead of RICO. So that's I kind of changed my brand from 2007. After I learned the music business, I kind of changed up the RICO RIKO to RICO. So the 2007 is RIKO. What's on the Man's Mind. So that's like the first album that I did. But this new album is called RICCO C Resurface. And it's six. I got 16 tracks on there. That was one of the songs in there. So that's one of the songs. I got another song called "In My Bedroom" that I came up with. I'm just gonna sing the hook because I've been laughing and joking all day and then mess around and got hoarse. But the hook be like, I want to do something to you in my bedroom tonight, 'cause girl, when we make sweet love in my bedroom tonight, I wanna do something something to you in my bedroom tonight. 'Cause you will be sweet love in my bedroom tonight. You heard it, boy, Jay.
I heard you. I hear you. I hear you, bro. I hear you.
That's a little wheel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be you and me, so you don't have to hide. Tonight I'm gonna put it all over the line, so you don't have to worry. I'm gonna kiss you in all the right places that leave your body in the trees. 'Cause girl, you got what I need. It's satisfaction guaranteed. And this love that I'm giving you is gonna have you weak in your knees. Girl, let me hold it on you. Show you what a real man do. Touching places that you never do. You can turn the lights down low. 'Cause baby girl, here we go. I've been waiting for this one, so I'm running to you. I wanna do something to you in my bedroom tonight. 'Cause you're with me, sweet love in my bedroom tonight. I wanna do something to you in my bedroom tonight. 'Cause you're with me, sweet love in my bedroom tonight. Yeah.
All the ladies in the back.
Salute, bro. Salute.
Go and give them a round of applause.
Salute, man.
Thank you.
Salute, man.
Wonderful. And it's so easy for you to do that. It's so effortless.
Yeah,
It's just natural.
real easy for him to do that. He's been doing this a long time.
It's just there. It's just there. And that's your calling. That's your calling. That's your calling. And it's amazing because when people sing, they say it's from the soul. You know, you're straight up to heaven, prayers too, all that good stuff. It's just so effortless. I'm looking for a wrinkle, a push, or something. I didn't see anything. It was just effortless. Yes, you sound wonderful. I'm waiting to see you like.
So man, what's y'all?
Go ahead.
So you're gonna see him a lot of places. That's for sure. So, what's your lead off single, man?
Right now I'm pushing it in my bedroom. I have the video alongside with that in my bedroom. I got another song. Well, that's gonna be, I'm really pushing that one. But I have so many tracks. They told me to slow down. You know what I mean? I had like a lot of DJs like, man, you gotta just sit back and work the track. Let the track work, you know what I mean? Don't put out music. I'm like, I'm just kind of antsy, cause I go to the studio, I do a track. I'm like, I'm finna put this bad boy out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting on music, you know what I mean? I'm probably sitting on a whole nother album, right now. So I'm just like, not really, rushing the music right now. I'm just kind of sitting back, building up archive of songs and like, in the moment of like, say another 3 months, something like that, like that song right there fits well for what's going on or something that, you know what I mean? So I'm just sitting back now, just write music. I got 4 or 5 songs right now. I'm just itching to put out, but I just can't, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of letting one song work right now.
Yeah, man. Let them DJs break it in my bedroom, because it take about 9 months to break a single that's FM, that's college, that's internet, that's satellite, and that's overseas radio. So it take about a good 9 months to break it completely.
Right.
So, and if I was you, man, the way the world going now, everybody need that affection and joy, and everybody want to be in somebody's bedroom. I'm just saying, bro. So push that bedroom. That's a soundtrack song, bro. That's a soundtrack song, bro. I mean, movies, TV series, even in the background of the good old soap opera that come on in the daytime. For real, for real. Yeah.
I
You know
appreciate
what I
it.
mean? So,
Appreciate it.
Nicole, back to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we have heard the sounds of Rico C. You guys, amazing voice. Please follow him on every platform. Um, and don't just go by and listen. Y'all purchase and buy, support this brother. And it was really nice meeting you. I would love, love, love to have you back on Winding Down Late Night Conversation here soon. Um, anything that you have out that we can support you on, I'd be more than happy to support. Even come out, but I'm about to purchase as soon as we get off of here. I'm about to purchase your album. I don't know. I'm going to find it on Spotify, at Amazon, somewhere. I'm going to get it from.
Yeah,
And
I know it's on Spotify and Amazon.
yes, I'm definitely going to get that. Going to get it from there, and I'm gonna pass it around. And you have an amazing voice, an amazing voice.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'm Pavani J, CEO and founder of Exquisite PR Firm. I don't know if you have one, but if not, you might need one here soon.
We'll definitely keep. We'll definitely. Now we made a plug, so
Absolutely,
now my
absolutely.
home, my homie know how to track it down. So again, you never know
Oh
when
yeah.
unfold. I mean, never know when
Yes,
unfold, because the business is, for me, is starting to get busy, and things are starting to change. So as your structure change, you have to put things in place. So
absolutely,
yeah, we've met now, so now I know how to reach out to you.
absolutely, absolutely. So tonight, you guys, we had a great, great show. Thank you so much. Jake, you got anything else you want to say?
Appreciate it. Man, I just
Yeah.
appreciate your homie, man, and you know how we rock, bro. We've been rocking for a long time, 20 plus now. So
Oh yeah,
I'm here, bro. So we'll be in touch for sure.
oh yeah.
Well, thank you once
Absolutely.
again, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you so
All
Appreciate
right.
much.
that.
Have a good night.
Bye bye.
All right.